All right, what's going on, y'all? So, this video I'm super excited to make. I'm a Necromancer main, obviously, from Diablo 3 into Diablo 4. And this past weekend, Blizzard opened up the open beta for Diablo 4 with Necromancer and the introduction of the Druid. And I didn't get a chance to play the Druid, unfortunately, like I mentioned in the last video. But this video is going to be focused around Necromancer and why it's the best class and why you need to be it, okay? So when Diablo 4 comes out, this is the class you're going to pick because it's fantastic. Now, a lot of these abilities, I'm going to let gameplay run. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. You know, follow me on Twitch. This is from my Twitch stream last weekend. Necromancer is a class where it's not, you don't want to be like in the danger by itself. You know, it depends on your build. So how to explain Necromancer is you want to maintain a distance most of the time, depending on your build. So last game, and I'm going to show Diablo 3 gameplay of my Necromancer. There are a lot of different ways you can play Necromancer. That's what I'm trying to say. So in this gameplay in Diablo 4, I focused on the corpse explosion ability, right? And keeping myself away from the danger, but letting my summons do all the work. And that is essentially the goal of Necromancer originally. As you get more and more legendary items, you find out that there are different abilities that work differently, and you can actually just, you know, run through the map, and I'll show an example of it in Diablo 3. In Diablo 4, you know, just the beta, I'm super excited to see what they can do with the Necromancer in Diablo 4 because of all the different abilities they have and the tree pathing, like the skill pathing. That's kind of interesting because I don't think that was in Diablo 3. I can't remember, but yeah, I mean, it's Necromancer is just focused. It's not like, how do I explain this? Like I said, you just want to stay out of the fight. You just want to let your summons do all the work. It's as silly as that sounds. You want to just let them do all the work. Oh, that's boring gameplay, huh, Zane? You suck at streaming. So like I said, you just want to focus on your summons, right? And in my certain ability in the beta, I focused on producing as many corpses as I can. That was my goal. See, I go a little bit into depth here. Pause. Not really though. Not enough. I'm a terrible content creator. Sorry, y'all. Appreciate y'all watching the video though. But like I said, the skill tree is a little different from the last game. And we'll check it out later. But pretty much my build was all about building more corpses. Boom. Pause it. Pause. There it is. So I got this legendary item, right? So I put Sever on my E ability, and pretty much the goal of Diablo for you new players out there is you want to kind of find items. You might see like a cool item like this, but later on it's not going to help because I'm not going to use Sever if I'm focusing on corpse explosion build. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do the most damage. You can use it early game, you know, until you get to 70 and into Paragons. But in Paragons, the focus is you want to kind of have everything working hand in hand, armor, weapons, all that good stuff. And you want to focus on what you're trying to achieve. And my goal was to obviously clear the act, but also, you know, do the most damage I can. But later on, I wouldn't use this. Like you can see in the end of the stream, I don't end up using the scythe because it doesn't do as much damage, first off, which is obviously essential, but it doesn't help my abilities. And I still have Sever on, but I should have swapped that out realistically. I'm trying to output the most damage I can while taking the least amount of damage I can. You know what I'm saying? See, like this build, I was focusing on producing, I think, multiple corpses. I think I got 2 or 3 at a time. Yeah, and even my summons were producing corpses too. I think that was an ability in the skill tree. So there's something, the thing about Diablo is you gotta pay attention to what you're trying to achieve with the overall build. It's not just like, okay, this does the most damage right now. You know, you want to focus on what is going to work later on in the game, and it's cool because Necromancer, you have so many different ways to do that, and I'll show you right now in Diablo 3. And here's my Diablo 3 character, right? Oh, I love looking at it sometimes. Yeah, see, you can unlock it. So these are the skills in Diablo 3, so it's a little throwback for y'all. But you can unlock them, but it's not that skill tree, which is kind of nice looking back at it now. But you had like, obviously you had like your abilities enhancements, but they're runes in this game. Secondary corpses, you know, you can do different things with the corpses. This one I did Devour because this is an interesting build. This is a very interesting build. Yeah, items. Inarius's armor set. Okay, so we have Inarius's. Where's the chest? So this is an example. This is gonna get a little hectic. Okay, so right now I have the Inarius armor set, right? And you could see the Grace of Inarius. Gonna highlight it later. You can see in the Grace of Inarius that if you complete the set, and depending on how many items of the set you have, you can increase bone armor damage by 1,000%. Bone armor grants additional 3% damage. Bone armor also activates a swirling tornado of bone, damaging nearby enemies for 1,000% weapon damage and increasing the damage they take from Necromancer by 10,000%. So this is just an example of why you got to focus on certain abilities. See, bone armor, right? So that's automatically going to, that's the ability I built this build around pretty much, right? And you have Blood Rush to kind of just run around. This heals you, and this has an aura that like weakens them and kills them, executes them at low health. And then you just have your basic attacks. You know, you want to focus your items around your abilities. That's the biggest thing about Diablo. Rathma's armor. What's this one focused around? Permanent minions, reduce cooldown of Army of the Dead. I'm pretty sure this is the like the minions build. You literally just let your minions do everything, and you can see the difference in the like how good the armor like actually is, but you want to increase abilities as well as, or increase armor as well. All right, so we're gonna go do a Greater Rift real quick. I'll just show y'all. This is my build around, and this is why it's so exciting for Diablo 3 or Diablo 4. But I'm literally just clicking and dragging, refilling my armor if it gets lower. And you want to consume corpses with this as well. So you're literally, this class is meant to just run around. I'm doing a bad job of it right now, but I'm literally not supposed to like attack them or anything. I'm just supposed to run around killing them all. So this is why Necromancer is so cool, because it has the potential to do stuff like this. And like I said, I'm not the best Necromancer or streamer content creator. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to explain myself. It's hard to explain because I'm super excited. I'm dead. Oof. 282, baby. Yeah, I have to upgrade my stuff still. Yeah, figured. Heal! Can't kill these guys. But the goal of this build was to literally just do this. Just do your damage running around. This game's a lot more different than Diablo 4, huh? There we go. I'm not gonna beat the boss. This is gonna be embarrassing. That was 10 billion damage. Just drag your mouse and run around. And that's what I'm looking forward to see what Diablo 4 does, because this is the potential that Diablo 4 has with Necromancer. And that's why Necromancer is the best class in Diablo. Trying to say Necromancer is the best and then die, can you imagine? After flexing out your 282 character. And like I said, there are a lot of people that do this really well, a lot better than I do, I'm sure. But I'm just trying to make my point why Necromancer is the best, you know what I'm saying? Because who wouldn't want to just do this, you know? Just drag around, be OP as hell. And you gotta make sure you focus on that armor coming back. That's a big thing too. You gotta keep that armor fully stacked, otherwise you're gonna die. So that's what this build's all about, that armor. You gotta focus that armor, and that's why it's important to focus on your abilities and your items. Oh, jeez. This is what Diablo is, believe it or not. This is like, after you beat the game, you didn't beat the game, okay? There's way more to it. And that's what's cool about it. It may look overwhelming right now, but I promise you guys, get into Necromancer in Diablo 4, you're gonna see how crazy it can be. And this is just one build. Like, I have another armor set I can do another build on, but this is my favorite build. So I'm gonna run this one. gonna be a tough guy.
Your death nears.
Yeah, you can see the ability that pulls them in and do damage. And then boom. You know you do a lot of damage when it just stops telling you numbers, it just tells you letters. Like I said, just one example, y'all. This is what it is. That's why Necromancer is so cool. I just gotta upgrade my stuff. I haven't done it in a while. Like I said, I haven't touched this character in probably a while. But just understanding your character, learning the builds, it's cool. There's a lot more different builds you can do. Almost got the Guardian. Where are you at? Oh, he's got an AoE around him.
That needs to recharge.
Doesn't matter. But that's an example of what Necromancers are capable of. And that's all there is to it. So that's the Necromancer. And that is why it's so exciting to see like what Diablo is doing, what Blizzard's doing with Diablo 4 with that skill tree, because you can have way more builds than you think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like I said, you gotta focus on the items, the abilities that go hand in hand with the items, right? And it's why it's so cool that Diablo 4 has that skill tree now, because now you have so many different potential builds you can do. Yeah, it's really exciting, and I'm super stoked to see what they do. And this is why you need to be Necromancer. And you might have that chance to like die very easily if you don't do it right, and you gotta make sure you stay on top of your upgrades and stuff like I did. As you get past the actual game, you can go further into the Paragons, and then yeah, just go crazy. So appreciate y'all. Hope you guys choose Necromancer. If you don't, you guys are crazy. But like I said, that's just my point. That's my 2 cents on Necromancer and why you should be it. And yeah, be sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Follow me on Twitter and stay tuned. Bye.